What's it like to do a part where you can go to work in your pajamas every day?
Very, very nice. Really fun. And you know, the script is really funny, and I love the story. I thought the animation turned out great, so just a pleasure all the way through.
To say that George Menez was probably one of the first cinemagicians of his time.
It's a lovely word. I've not heard that one. You've coined it tonight. Yes, cinemagician, absolutely. And Marty being our contemporary cinemagician, who's telling the story of an earlier one, and I believe that Asa's character will grow into another great filmmaker, maybe in Paris in the of course he's going to have to go through the Second World War, which is rather tough, but in Paris in the 50s and 60s he's going to be an avant-garde great film director.
One call, the script arrives on the door for a Martin Scorsese movie. That must have been one of the more easier decisions for you to make as an actress.
Definitely. I mean, I heard that Scorsese was making a movie with young teenagers, so of course, immediately, I was like, I'll do whatever I have to do to make it in the movie. So immediately, I auditioned for the role two times on tape and one in person with Asa when he flew us out to New York to do it in front of him in his screening room. And basically, that's when I actually tricked him into thinking I was a British actress, and then that's how I got the part.
What are your memories of that time?
Oh, there's a few, one or two. Yeah, where do you want to start? How long have you got? No, of course, there's lots of memories. It was a great moment, it changed my life. So I'm really looking forward to this evening. It should be great fun.
Did that series beat the 1981 one for you, or?
Don't know. I was a bit young then, but I don't know. I mean, Beef. I've known Beefy for so long. He's just a mate, and he's a hero. I mean, he'd be unbearable if he hears this stuff, but he is. He's a legend. I mean, and what he could do with a cricket bat and a ball, and what I think one of the great things about Ian is that the Australians loved him.
Yeah.
They loved to play against him because he was their kind of a guy. Because he never ever gave up, and even when he was quite cropped and clearly, towards the end of his career, there was still a chance when that guy walked in with a bat in his hand or a ball in his hand, he could turn the whole game round.
What did you think? When I spoke to you as a company, you were just heading off to Hollywood after doing Stormbreaker. What's the journey been like for you as an actor since then?
Very nerve-wracking, kind of a weird experience and very overwhelming, but it's been a good ride, and hopefully this will turn out good, and I've done well, maybe.
Good evening. You'll understand me, but nobody else will. You must be immensely proud of me here tonight. I mean, the premiere of a big movie like this.
Stuff like this just doesn't happen to us. Like, it's so surreal, and we're so grateful that we're here. We've worked so hard, and we just can't believe we've made it to semi-final.
Are you looking forward to this Saturday then? What have you got planned for this Saturday?
I'm very excited for this weekend. Obviously, we've got constructive criticism all the time on the panel and stuff like that, and Gary Barlow said it wasn't the best vocal, so hopefully we'll come back this weekend and show him a better vocal, and hopefully we'll prove him wrong. We're like, well, here we go.
Do you think you've matured as people as well as singers?
Oh, definitely. We've had to live without our mums for the past few months. We've definitely had to mature. We're just loving every single minute of it. We just don't want it to.
And I think the fact that we're surrounded by professionals, we're growing and growing each week, and each performance is getting better and better, and we're just having the time of our lives. We really are.
We haven't changed as people. I mean, we've got each other to keep each other grounded. So if anyone's getting a bit evil, I should say, aye. It's not what we're doing.
It's fair to say you're not able to walk down Northumberland Street anymore, or Grey Street, or the bridges, or anywhere in the North East, especially you as well. Well, have a good night, ladies. Best of luck. Best of luck. As a pioneer of great television over the decades, it must be a great honour for you to be presenting it to another great pioneer of great television, Biddy Baxter.
Well, she's a young girl, rather younger than me, but it's certainly an honour. Biddy and I were at the same school back in not together, but I was there in 1932, and she was a bit later.
What are your fondest memories of that time? At the beginning of that children's era, the 60s, the starting of Blue Peter, and your programmes on television, what are your fondest memories of that time?
Oh, doing it all live, I think. There was a great time when all television programmes in this country came from two small studios up in Alexandra Palace. And it was all live, and you knew everybody who appeared, and you knew all the cameramen, the scene shifters, the scene painters, everybody. Everything came from up there in AP.
How does this compare to your other roles?
It's difficult. It's so difficult to compare parts. I mean, the one thing that I'm grateful for is that I've had so many opportunities to work with so many wonderful directors and talented actors. So this was no exception. I was so happy to be working with Lisa and Mark Ruffalo and Nanette. It was great.
Being a gentleman that we grew up with on Saturday morning television, It's just been announced in the national press about maybe that certain channels are going to bring back children's television on a terrestrial channel. What do you think of that?
Oh, that would be great, I think. Yes, I mean, during my whole career on children's programs, we were on the main networks, you know, and so that meant not just children watched it, but quite a lot of adults watched it as well. I used to say with Newsround, you know, adults are welcome as long as they stay quiet.
Being a gentleman that we grew up with on Saturday morning television, it's just been announced in the national press about maybe that certain channels are going to bring back children's television on a terrestrial channel. What do you think of that?
Oh, that would be great, I think. Yes, I mean, during my whole career on children's programs, we were on the main networks, you know, and so that meant not just children watched it, but quite a lot of adults watched it as well. I used to say with Newsround, you know, adults are welcome as long as they stay quiet. Yeah, I think it'd be great if it became, you know, children's programs did become part of the, you know, well, certain children's programs became part of the whole family viewing and not just on the children's network. Yeah.
About dinosaurs then, that continually enthralls us as kids and then as adults, maybe.
Well, I suppose they're just these, you know, huge beasts that walk the earth, and it fascinates us that we share a planet with these things. You know, I just think that you know, successive generations are always fascinated by them. And I collected these characters when I was a kid. I had little models that I used to play with when I was a kid, and now my son and his mate, they're absolutely fascinated by them.
So Henry, I'm Andy from Premier Scene.
Nice to see you.
I would like to personally thank you for being part of my childhood and making it very enjoyable, first of all. Now, there's not much that you haven't done in front or behind the camera and writing books.
I've had a pretty good time.
What part of your career gives you more satisfaction out of everything?
All right. The proudest moment are the books that I've written with my partner, Hank Zipzer, the world's greatest underachiever. And they're going to be a new television show on the CBBC starting at the beginning of the year.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday. I'm trying to think of something. But I can't sing Welsh. My family live in Wales, so I'm very embarrassed. Really? Yeah, North Wales. It's terrible.
He lives in Wales?
No, my family live in Wales. I'm not from Wales, though. I'm from the northeast. But
if you could join our choir, though, you'd learn Welsh for that.
Yeah, I can sing. So you'll have to teach me something later.
I can teach you my one Welsh song that I know, and we will.
Yeah. So we're a bit digressive here, but it's good. I like that in terms of stand-up comedy. Has that changed over the years? Have you found a change in the styles or the change in the audiences over the years, personally?
Oh, with my personal stand-up, I don't know. The good thing and the bad thing about stand-up is that I always feel like I'm starting from scratch. So I guess what's changed is me and the things I talk about and the way I talk about them. And also I think with me, jokes are just sort of for the moment. In that moment, I don't really have an archive that I...
Award tonight, I believe. Which one is that again? The first one for writers. So yeah, we feel like the pressure's on. We can't mess up, otherwise the whole evening will be ruined. That's your thing, though, writing, and that brain's going round, but in a different way with songs and things. What's your process of writing? Is it a case of sitting down and suddenly words come into the head, you jot them down, or do you specifically take a certain time of day to sit down and be proactive? Maybe. It's a bit of both, and it's changed now that we've got kids. That's changed because you just kind of have to do it whenever you've got time, and you know, fitting around nap times and stuff like that. But no, I find it's always hard if you sit down and think I'm going to write today. That's the most difficult. It's always easier if you just have the idea, you know, when the idea just comes to you, and then it just feels easy and natural. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Premier Scene. My name is Andy Oliver, and tonight, a very special occasion. We're here at the London Hilton in Park Lane. It is, of course, the Children's BAFTAs Awards, and I'm off to see if Cracker Jack's up for one. I wonder. The BAFTA for Best Feature Film, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows 1 and 2, up tonight. What is it about the Harry Potter movies that makes it so endearing and so popular to the public of all ages?
I think that all of us would like to think that magic really does exist, and I think that's what Harry Potter does. It taps into that desire that we all have. It's also such an amazing world that J.K. Rowling created and that the filmmakers managed to translate onto film. This idea that there is a real England, a real London, but through into another dimension there is this other place, Hogwarts, that really exists. And I think also that's quite tangible.